everybody. Welcome to the first FDRA Flash Footwear Briefing. These are supposed to be real-time quick hits to help keep the footwear industry educated on the coronavirus impact on us all. Hopefully, we're giving you shoe insights you can't get anywhere else. We're trying to cut through the noise and get to the center of things. So, first off, Matt Priest, we're looking at production in China, supply chain disruptions. At the start of this whole kind of pandemic in China, it slowed everything and shut everything down. Where are we at currently with supply chains and production?
Yeah, great question, Andy. Currently, things seem to be returning to normal on the China side as we host our weekly calls for FDRA members at 2 p.m. Eastern every single week. We're hearing more and more of a return to normalcy with 100% capacity up and running. Supply chains are back to normal in China, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, and the normal delays that go with any kind of production year are the numbers that we're hearing, so nothing dramatic. And that is kind of the tale of two different stories between here and now the demand side in the U.S.
Yeah, so if there is a silver lining to all this, China is starting to resume normal life after several months. Production is ticking up, but to your point, the demand side now is an issue with inventory and sales here in the U.S. side. Let's talk really quickly about policy. FDRA's main job is to advocate on behalf of its members and help take complex government policy and explain it and help guide its members. So in thinking of that, as we guide our members through this process, there's been several economic stimulus bills put towards Congress. There's been a lot more discussion about sending checks to Americans, bailouts for industries. For footwear, when we talk about policy right now, when we see these things, where are we at? What should we be thinking about?
Yeah, good question, Andy. We've seen the first bill pass through that provides for free coronavirus testing and some other incentives and other things for workers on furlough. They are now negotiating the nearly $1 trillion package that will be a bailout across the board in the form of checks directly to Americans in 2 tranches, a direct bailout for the airline industry. And now we are engaging the administration and Capitol Hill for tariff relief, rolling back the 301 tariffs, if not deferred tariff payments, no matter where the product is coming from. So deferring those payments 90 days, like we've seen with the income tax deferral for individuals up to $1 million and corporations up to $10 million. And then anything else that the administration and the Congress can throw at it, that's what we're focused on. And so that's taking shape right now. And I'm sure by the time we record another one of these, we'll have an update on as to what's in the package.
Exactly. And I want to remind people, if you would like to make your voice heard, you can go to FDRA.org and send a letter to your member and senator in less than 30 seconds on these very issues. Please take action. Last point before we close up our flash briefing today, just an update on the retail numbers as we see it. FDRA collects data from nearly 6,000 shoe stores nationwide every single week, and we compare their sales data to the previous year. So currently, we see the first signs of fallout from the coronavirus impacting footwear traffic in shoe stores. Weekly nationwide brick and mortar survey, those surveyed said that their sales tumbled nearly 20% compared to the same time as last year. Conversely, we obviously see e-commerce jumping, and what we see in the marketplace right now from the same retailers is that they had a jump of 31.4%. Year to date compared to the same time in 2019. So where once we were talking about double-digit growth, we're talking about 30% growth in terms of e-commerce. The concern around that is moving product as retailers are closing stores, are finding ways to cut hours. So curbside delivery. I just saw that Nordstrom is running a 25% off site-wide sale online, and I think we'll see a lot more of that. So as we go through this, the concern is, as Matt said, not so much the shipments that might come in, but it's actually moving the product off the shelves when people start pulling back money. With that, I do want to remind people that for FDRA members, we have a weekly call on these very issues to go in depth and share best practices. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Email info@fdra.org if you would like to join that. Keep listening to our podcast series. Next Monday, the guest is Dick Johnson, the CEO of Foot Locker, sharing his insights on these issues and opportunities that will present themselves in the coming months and years. And keep watching this channel, Kicks Over Coffee. We'll be posting a lot more interviews with service providers providing solutions, as well as industry leaders sharing insights. And I would suggest that you subscribe to that channel on YouTube so that you get the updates when those post, as well as the next Flash Footwear Briefing, which we expect will post on Monday. Until then, from Matt Priest and Andy Polk, thank you very much. Stay safe.